Do this to get her addicted to you. Hi guys, I know that you are here on this video because you probably have a woman in mind that you are wanting her to either want you more, or maybe you just really want to get good with women. And I feel you on that. And in this video, I'm going to give you that. And I'm going to give you examples and actually what to do in regards to how to really get a woman addicted to you. But before we get into it, I just have to say something here. A lot of times when you see videos like this, you're looking for games, gimmicks, and tactics, or there may be a lot of videos that show you that. Now, those games, gimmicks, and tactics, I don't really appreciate too much. And I do think that these type of videos actually don't give you end results and can get you in worse of luck than you already are, failure like you're in, or can get you down to the chasing mentality and really get you attracted to possibly the wrong person or attracting the wrong type of people. So I just want to say that in my videos, if this is your first time joining my channel, I give you really solid advice in order to maintain overall when it comes to women, dating, relationships, and life. So what this video is not going to give you is these games and gimmicks and tactics, because a lot of times we're looking for the quick resolution and we're looking for also too instant gratification. And that's where we're going wrong, because you can't get a quick resolution when it comes to dating relationships, especially if you're trying to get better with them. So that is what's so, so important, guys. Now, when you are trying to get a woman addicted to you, there's maybe 2 to 3 reasons why you're trying to get her addicted to you. 1, she's not giving you so much attention. 2, you're trying to get her back. Or 3, you're just trying to get good with women because you really crave this woman. This woman is different from all of the other women that you're telling yourself, right? So a lot of times we find ourselves wanting this woman to get addicted to us that we get so infatuated with this outcome of how this woman should be, how she should be treating us, and why she doesn't give us this validation. Let's be honest, all of us want some type of validation when we find someone that we like. It feels good to be admired. It feels good to be wanted. But in this case, what I want you to really look at before I give you the real stuff on really what's going to get a woman addicted to you is really find out if this is the woman that is best for you, or if this is the woman that meets your criteria. Because a lot of times when we are looking into this woman and like, I gotta get her addicted to her, we start being infatuated with this woman. We start to think that if I get this woman to be with me, then I will be happier. If I get this woman to be mine, I'm going to be looked at as more as a man. Or if I get this woman, I won't be lonely, right? So what happens here is we actually automatically tell ourselves in our mind and our heart, everything else you want to call it, that this woman is the right one for us when we're really not even sure if she's the best fit for us. But because we've been overcompensated by the thoughts of what we think the reality would be to be with her, sometimes this can not play in our favor. And let's say that we've even had a relationship with this woman and the relationship wasn't even that great. Think about, is it the best woman for you as well? Because in order to really get a woman addicted to you, you also want to make sure that you're setting yourself apart from her. And this is what I'm going to talk about in this video. And make sure you stay to the end, because I definitely have something I want you to listen to. Now, trying to get a woman you want isn't the best for you, of course, but here's the thing, guys, is in order to get a woman addicted to you in regards to wanting her to want you, let's just say, wanting her to admire you, is confidence. Confidence does not lie in a man. It doesn't lie. It speaks loud and clear without you even having to say anything, because it's the energy that you've portrayed behind yourself that becomes a magnet, and your desires for yourself are deep rooted within you. So it's easier for other people to want and to desire you. You understand? Confidence makes a woman want to find out more about you. Confidence makes a woman desire and actually look into this as the mysterious component of, why is he so different? How does he have this confidence? Because confidence is magnetic. So what happens is, think about it. Man, woman, friend, it doesn't matter. When you have a confident person in front of you, it's kind of like you have this magnetic energy to them because you want to see why they're so confident, or their word or what they're saying is something that you want to listen to because of the way that they're saying it and they embrace themselves. It captivates someone's attention. So why wouldn't a woman want and desire a man who would be confident? Because she would. And so with that said, in order to find your confidence, we have to understand that if we don't have confidence within ourselves and our relationships, this will backfire in our relationships because of insecurity. And this will not get someone addicted to you, man or woman. Think about it. Insecurities can show in a lot of ways. And this is where, when I said in the beginning of this video that we always want this quick solution. We always want to have this instant gratification, right? But here's the thing, is if we're masking with tips, tactics, and games and all this stuff, what happens is we're masking the deeper work of what we need to work on if we have these insecurities. Because we can put them in the back burner, close the door and say, these insecurities will never be shown. But guess what? Once you get triggered in some way and have some emotional charge towards your relationships, two things will happen. One, you're going to dismiss your insecurities and they will come out passively aggressively in your relationships. Or two, you will not be able to connect with that woman that is in front of you. So there'll be no emotional connection and you'll still end up in the same route, meaning no connection at all with the woman that you want. So what's really important here is that we dive deep into the insecurities and find out, why do we have them, uncover them, and heal them as well, because confidence does not lie. Also, you want to build a life that you love, a life that you love. Keyword, you. Why? Because if you don't love your life, how do you see someone else going to be able to participate in that life with you, right? It's literally like you want to have a relationship sometimes, and I see people want to have a relationship sometimes, but yet they're not happy with themselves. And so they're going to find people that are going to meet them right there. And it depends on what level do you want to be on, right? Because in order for a woman to be really somewhat taken back by you and really admiring her man, it takes a man to want to know himself. It takes a man that has confidence. And also it takes a man that builds a life that he loves. And guys, I'm giving you factual stuff. I'm a woman myself, and I know, speaking from experience, that dating men that didn't have a life that they loved, it was boring. And it's not that you have to be this adventurous, amazing guy and have such a busy schedule that you have no time for dating and women. That's not what I'm saying, because that's avoidance. What I'm saying is really think about, what are you doing to give back to our world? What are you doing that is your passion? If you wanted to play guitar 5-10 years ago and still haven't done it, why haven't you picked up the guitar? How many books are you reading a month, a year? What are you doing? Are you working out? Are you exercising? What are your hobbies? What are your skill sets? And what are you advancing in your life and always craving for more learning, maybe more discipline? Things like that to better yourself. A lot of times we think, oh, because this man makes $100,000 a year and I make $500,000 a year, I'm better than him. No, actually, the guy that makes $100,000 a year doesn't have to compare just because of the fact that the money that he makes, and this is where men go wrong. It's about the life that you create with the money that you make. You understand what I mean? And so I'm not saying that there's not women out there that only want a financial secure man. Yeah. And I've done videos about that. That's a whole nother topic. But what I am saying is, what I've noticed with a lot of my clients in general is a lot of times they compare themselves to other men. And they're like, well, this man has this much money and this man drives this car. But yet, what is his life really about? So here's the caveat to all of this, guys. This is where this all goes away. If you balance yourself and embrace a life that you love, you won't have to worry about another man, because you know what it takes to own and to be where you are today, because you've established and created a life that you love. So what happens for a woman is, when a woman sees this in a man, not only does it give it confidence, but it gives security to another level, and it also gives leadership. So let me break down the two. With women, as you know, We always look for something that's going to be more emotionally and stably secure because of the way that we're wired. So when we see a man that has his life together, enjoys his life as well, this creates abundance within us. So then that shows us that there is some security here, but then also it shows us excitement on the other side. It shows us disciplines in some ways in his life. And also he can lead by example in some ways too, because we automatically can admire him and hope that he would admire us as well. You see what I mean here? So when we create and establish a life of abundance, what happens is you automatically step into your flow. And when you step into your flow, you start to attract women at that caliber instead of attracting women at a lower caliber because you're not at flow. That is the key, guys. And so many times we're trying to get in relationships and get this woman addicted to us, which goes back to the first thing I was saying, that we don't even know if this woman is the best woman for us because we might not even be in flow. So one of the things that I want you to find out about yourself is ask yourself, in what areas of my life can I perform better in my life? What areas of my life am I seeking to get better in? And maybe that's not in the monetary sources. Maybe you're great in work, you're making great money, you're driving a nice car, you have a nice home, you have great friends, you have a good body, I don't know, whatever you want to say, you're working out, everything, right? But how about in here? And how about in here? Have we ignored some of the stuff that's going on in here and we can't connect? I had a client that I was talking to the other day and he told me, Apollonia, I don't have any problem. He was an amazing guy, had a great career, had a great life, no issues with women. His issue was finding the right women because of the fact that he's adapted to all these games and tactics, and he's not getting the women that he wants. And he's feeling lost, he's feeling empty, and he's feeling insecure with this. And that's what happens to a lot of men because, yeah, those games, tactics, everything will get you in the door and you'll have fun. But when you want something deeper, it goes beyond just that, guys. Now, when we are able to know our standards, here's the thing, guys. When you create and build a life you love, you have security and you can lead intentionally, but also you create a standard for yourself. And a man that has standards for the women he dates and does not just take whatever he can get sticks out from so many men. And so it's really important that you find a woman that also wants to build something together with you, not just make sure that she is a cute thing on your arm unless that's all you want and you want to be maybe some type of unfulfillment in your life, or maybe that does fulfill you, whatever. But at the same time, what is that woman offering you? A lot of times men don't get taught to have standards with the women that they date. And that is something that is really important in my practice because we need to stop dating blindly and level up in the women that we're asking for. Especially if women are asking men to level up, why can't men ask women to level up too? So then what happens is the women that are leveling up and the men that are leveling up will finally embrace each other and find each other. Because what happens is if you're not going to build the life you love, create the confidence that you want, and understand that maybe the woman in front of you might not be the best choice, but you need to figure it out yourself and actually have standards and know what type of woman that you want in your life and embrace the things that instead of the chase of, I need to get her back, but yet she's not building something and creating something. And maybe she's toxic and maybe she's tearing you down and maybe she just doesn't respect you, but you want to get this woman addicted to you. Why? Because it's a pattern that you have chased because you are addicted to the chase of the validation of a woman that you cannot get. And so I ask you to have standards for yourself. If that is you, then have standards for yourself. Because here's the thing. If you uphold standards within you and build the life that you want and build the confidence you want, you will easily find women that meet your standards as well. But we have to go to the right places, act on the right things, and become that person so we embody what we want to attract. And next, in order for women to really get addicted, we could say, of course, to you, is we want to exude that masculine energy in your leadership skills. A lot of times I've heard women complain, and I know a lot of my men don't do this. And if you did, you don't do it anymore because you hear on my channel. But I want you guys to really know that a lot of women complain when men just say, oh, let's meet up on Monday, but then never hear back. And because you're playing this game, or you don't set up a date and you're like, where do you want to go? Let's go Monday. Okay, where would you like to go? And there's this indecisiveness that happens in between. So planning dates and being able to make decisions, and having also too, in that masculine component, that masculine energy, is that emotional control. I want you to think of this as like a magic carpet ride, right? When you go on a date with a woman, you're giving her mixed emotions, right? And when I say mixed emotions, it does not mean that you are playing like you're telling her you like her and then your next second you're saying, I don't like you. No, that's not what I mean, guys. Mixed emotions, meaning that you are giving her this roller coaster ride, meaning you are able to have conversations with her beyond a surface level, and then on a surface level, then you're flirting with her, then you're showing emotional balance where you're just being more fun and playful, and then you get serious again. We're showing her different modes of you, right? Because this is where you can really play along and really attract a woman, is by seeing how many different reactions and emotions and experiences that you can give each other. Women really love it when a man can go on a date that she likes, have a deep conversation with her, communicate with her, make her laugh, she makes you laugh, flirt a little bit, get serious a little bit, have surface level conversations, deep, flirt, fun, and that's it. Right? You have to think of it of all little things that happen. And I have a lot of videos about how to converse with women and how to convert and have deeper conversations with them as well. But one of the things what I want you to do here is understand that when we are planning our dates and where we are trying to get better at courting a woman, yeah, a lot of you guys will say, oh, why do we have to do all the work? Why do we have to plan the date? Why do we have to court the woman? Good luck with that attitude, guys. I mean, come on. Like that's where we get into the point where it's like victim mentality. And it's like, don't be like that. If you want to get results, let's stop blaming everybody else and just show up for the best you possible. Now, next thing in order to get her addicted to you is you want to pick up on her cues. Women will flirt with you on a date when they are intrigued by you, when they like you, and it'll continue. So when she starts to flirt with you a little bit on the date, stay there with her. Don't get shy, don't ignore it, and pick up on it, right? So here's the thing is a lot of times we get shy or we think, oh, I got to be this nice guy and I can't flirt with her. And a lot of times it's because we've never done it before. So I would ask you guys to really get comfortable with opening up and being able to flirt with a woman as well. And if you want to get better with flirting, I think it's really important that you not only overthink it, but you really pick up on her cues as well. And you really lightly flirt with her. As soon as she starts to flirt with you, you start to kind of pick up on what she's giving you and you start to mirror what she's doing on your dates. And this is a way that you can continue to have this banter with a woman on the date, and then get back into your serious conversation and then banter again and just let this idea just flow into your dates. Now, next is you need to focus on connection. So I know I talk about getting her to, you're flirting with her, and there has to, but let me be honest with the flirting too. There has to be a level of desire from the woman in order to flirt with you, right? So in order to build that level of desire, what we will do is we will literally need to build a connection. And so how do we focus on connection? First of all, focus on connection. And so remember in the beginning of this video, I talked about if you have standards in women, you won't be dating blindly. Well, when we get clear on the standards that we want to have in the women that we date, we start to know how to connect consciously and subconsciously. Why? Because now we're not dating blindly. So we start to ask questions. We'll start to ask better questions to the women, and we start to really get intrigued by their personal stories, their life, and stay there with them, right? And find similarities in the conversations that we're having with them. And this is ideal because when we focus on connection, this is where so many other men get lost in their dates, is because it's always surface and there's no connection. When a woman can connect with a man, that is something that she remembers. And that right there is something she will also literally get addicted to you about. And another thing that's so important about all of this is that when we become our best selves possible, we will attract the best version of ourselves. Because if I look back on all my dating, and I think so many of you that are watching, and I want you to look back at your relationships right now with me. And I want you to look back in your relationships and ask yourself, were you that best person possible? And if the answer was no, look at the person that you dated. And they probably met you there pretty similar, but different flaws or different things that happened in the relationship, right? So in order to attract the person that we want to complement us in our life, we need to create that life that we want someone to complement us in, right? So in order to attract the best for ourselves, we have to become the best version for ourselves. So once we do, we don't get so sidetracked in trying to make something work, because there's so many times that I've seen men trying to make something work with a woman that literally is not good for them and is not even good for herself, because either they want to fix her, they want to help her, they want to save her, or they are lonely, or they're just trying to make it work because they put an investment in it, or they don't even know why they're chasing her in the first place, because they then become infatuated with the chase. So what's important is that you stick up for the opportunity to find your lack in these relationships that you might be seeing yourself in, because in order to really truly get a woman addicted to you, you have to be your best self. And not every woman is supposed to get addicted to you, because why would we want every woman addicted to us if they weren't the right woman for us, or a woman that's going to create a lot of drama, and the same vice versa for women? I wouldn't want a man to be addicted to me that wouldn't be in a well-established place for him. And let's put some sauce to this as well. Sauce to this, whatever I'm saying. But addictive means you just want someone to admire you. I want to calm down that word a little bit. The reason why I use these words is because guess what? It brought it here to your video, but also it's so important for me and for you to understand that the healthy balance of this is for you to understand who you are within yourself, so you can complement someone in the relationship and she can complement you. A lot of times I ask men, why do you even like this woman? And they just say, oh, she's nice. You know, we have a lot of hobbies. We have a lot of similarities. She likes yoga. She likes to hike. She likes this. Okay, but how can you build a better life together? How does she complement you? Does it just flow, or do you feel like you have to always force it, right? And so a lot of times when we're forcing things, it's because we're just not creating the desired element of seeing exactly what it is that we want. So what is your desired element for a woman? I want you to think about that. What is your desirable thing? It could be, I want her to be respectful. I want her to be attentive. I want her to be trustworthy, right? So if those are your desired elements, I want you to really figure out, what does that look like to you? And then ask yourself, is this woman doing this for me? Is this woman the right one for me? Because there's too many men out there chasing the wrong women when the right one is there waiting for them. If you like more great content, click this video right over here that I have specially made for you and watch this next. And also click this down below. This is my free ebook, the 7 Common Mistake ebook that men make when attracting women. And I'll see you again in the next video.